All right, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to clean your pottery wheel. And I'm sure some of you are thinking like, what? We need help cleaning our pottery wheel? Well, the more and more you do it, you realize there's a hard way to do it and there's a really easy way to do it, okay? So I figured, you know what? I'll help out my friends and just kind of show you what I like to do when I clean my pottery wheel. First things first, I like to have some water in this 3.5-gallon bucket ready to go, and I just kind of have it to the side here. And then what I like to do is squeeze all the water out of my big sponge and just start with the wheel head. So let the wheel do the work. So what this does is it gets the wheel head all cleaned off. So as we push on the middle towards the outside, we can actually get this whole entire wheel head cleaned off in just a few seconds if we use the wheel to help us do the work. Now from here, what I really like to do is, now that we have this cleaned off, plate, we can then take our tools and clean off our tools. Depending on how dirty they are, if they have like huge chunks of clay, you might want to consider putting at least the wood ones into your bucket of water because they'll float. The metal ones, they're kind of hard to find when they sink to the bottom. So like this guy, what I like to do is hold it on one end and just kind of go back and forth, flip it over, go back and forth, get all that clay off as much as possible, and then do it again on the other side, kind of like that. You can kind of dip it in the water if you want to, and then put it there. What we're trying to do is just get all the clay chunks off of your tools and your wheel. So now that we've got the wood knife done, make sure not to stab yourself with this on accident. You'll regret that one. Put that there. This little guy, just dip it in your big bucket and squeeze it a few times and it'll come out like that. Now we're almost done, but we have all this dirty water. So honestly, the thing that I like to do is if I don't have a bag that's already ready to put kind of like this used clay in, what I'll do is I'll dump the water out into my bucket and then take my sponge in here and just give it a couple little brushes like that. And then I'll take the excess clay, because guess what? You can actually repurpose or recycle this clay by kneading it once it dries a little bit, which we'll do a video about. I just like to set it in that cup just to keep it separated, and then I'll put that to the side. And now this is where cleaning your wheel can be really easy or really hard, depending on how you do it. So first things first, what I like to do is get all that water out of my sponge as I rinsed it out. And we're just gonna start on the top here, okay? Once we're done with that, we're gonna go on the inside like this on the walls. And you do this on the front too. Now here's the kicker. You have all this water down in the splash pan. If you take this sponge and just push it down in there so it's sitting flat, stab it with your 4 fingers and just kind of drag it around, that whole bottom piece is now clean as can be, okay, in one swipe. Now, if you're really anal about it, I'll just go ahead and put it through one more time. Just make sure it goes flat, stab it, drag it around, and it'll pick up the rest of that water. That makes it really easy to clean and really quickly. So we'll just go ahead and do the front as well. So we did the top, now we're doing the sides. There's a lot more clay in the front sometimes, so it might take a couple swipe throughs, but I've seen just tons and tons of people struggle to get this part clean, and that's a really, really simple way to do it. So there's how you can clean your wheel and your tools and set aside clay that you can recycle, and you're ready to go for the next pottery session.